20 from Anime HQ, and I'm going to be doing a review on Magi The Labyrinth of Magic. Now, this is one of my favorite anime series, and yes, I know you're probably tired of hearing me say that, but what can I say, I really enjoyed this anime. So, Magi is a 25 episode shonen anime. And now you may be thinking, great, another typical shonen. But that's definitely not what you should think. First off, Magi starts off as your typical shonen anime, but later changes into, well, not your typical shonen. It's nothing like what you would think a shonen would normally be. It goes into really in-depth plot that strays from the manga, which normally you would think would ruin an anime, but with this one I think that's what it actually needed. Now to get to the plot. The story of Magi is about Aladdin and his best friend Ugo, who have been trapped in a solitary room for their whole lives. Now his best friend Ugo is a djinn who is trapped in his flute that Aladdin has to play to summon him. Now, Aladdin is told to go on a journey to find and pick a king, but he doesn't even actually know what a Magi actually is supposed to do. So now the main idea of this story is about Aladdin, Alibaba, Morgiana going on an adventure together to complete dungeons, to solve problems, and much, much more in the future. Now, there are three main characters, Aladdin, Alibaba, and Morgiana. Now, all these characters are actually really important, and kind of have important backstories as well. Now, Aladdin is a Magi where his goal in life is to find a heroic person to make a king and stop all the non-heroic people. Now, I know that sounds kind of generic, but it's actually not. Now, Alibaba is someone who wants to clear multiple dungeons to become rich and famous and get all the ladies. Yeah, also generic, I know. But his goals do eventually change after him and Aladdin get separated for a while. Then there's Morgiana, who is a slave, who wants to go to her homeland, the Dark Continent. Yeah, again, it's shonen and typical, but it's actually not, and you'll see why later on. Now for the soundtrack. The intro was really good, but I felt that the second intro was lacking. So as they say, if it isn't broken, you shouldn't fix it. But overall, the second intro isn't bad, it's just not as good as the first. Though overall, the music was actually quite good though. It really fit all the action scenes and all the sad moments in the anime. Now the music will captivate you and bring you into the world of Magi. It enthralls you into the show. Now overall, the music is quite good, and it definitely fits in the background music at all times. So the music is definitely a plus there for that. Now the art, I have really mixed feelings about the art. It starts off pretty good, but has minor annoyances. Now the teeth, they first off look like white blocks. I mean, seriously, white blocks. Why? I can't understand why they would make them white blocks. But as I said, mixed reviews, because later in the anime, the teeth get smaller and look, well, more like teeth. Now overall, the only bad thing about the art was the teeth at the beginning, but it got way better over time. Now the animation was beautiful. The animation, same with the art though, starts off sort of sloppy in the beginning, but later on gets a lot better. So overall, I would have to say the art and animation are actually really quite good for the anime, but the teeth, just don't get me started on the teeth. Now personally, I really enjoyed this anime, but it definitely had its flaws, like the slow start at the beginning and how it was episodic at the beginning. It also had some pacing issues here and there. But overall, the anime showed a lot of promise in the beginning, and it definitely kept it going all the way till the end. Now, it's just really interesting to learn the struggles of all the characters that have to go through. It is quite interesting to learn. Now, like the backstory of Morgiana. She starts off as a slave and doesn't really think she can do anything, but it turns out she's from a warrior tribe and is actually quite strong. Or Alibaba, for instance. He wants to be rich and famous at the beginning, but it turns out that, oh, I can't say that, man, that's spoilers. But nonetheless, Alibaba, Aladdin, and Morgiana all develop quite well. And another thing that would be interesting about this anime is that it's not based in a time period most anime are set in. It's based in the Aladdin time period, and I think that's quite interesting. Now, for the pluses of this anime, it had good story and really good characters and nice action scene, and overall a really good plot. But as for the minus of the anime, it had a slowish start and episodic episodes at the beginning, and weird art with the beginning with the teeth and everything. So my overall score for this anime would be that it had a really good plot, so I'd give that one an 8.5. The characters developed quite well, so I'd also give that one an 8.5 as well. Now the animation was a little bit lacking at the beginning, so I would have to give that an 8, just because it wasn't as good as it could have been throughout the whole entire thing. Now the music, I really enjoyed the soundtrack, but I felt overall that the second opening could have been a lot better. So they decided that they could have got that better. And now the enjoyment, overall, I thought that this anime deserves a 9 in my personal opinion. But overall, this anime would get an 8.6. Now, should you watch Magi The Labyrinth of Magic? Yes, you should, because this show has a lot to offer, and it's only 25 episodes. It keeps everything interesting all the way through the anime, but it definitely has issues in the beginning with the slow start. And don't get me started on the teeth, the teeth. So overall, you guys should definitely watch the show. But don't take it too seriously at the start. So this is Cal321 signing off from Anime HQ, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give this video a like rating and make sure to comment on what I can do better in the future. Again, watch Magi. It's such a beautiful show. Thanks.